Hey, what's up guys? A long time no see. I am filming a video. A lot of things were happening in terms of like my editing software and my camera and stuff like that not being able to film, and I honestly lost a little bit of drive to film YouTube videos, but I am back at least for a couple videos or so, or you know, we'll see how long this goes. So basically what we're going to do today, as the title would suggest, is we are going to do a get ready with me, spooky style of course, and answering some questions that I got off of Instagram. And if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, you totally should, and obviously this is going to be a spooky makeup look, so if you're not familiar with me or you're not following me on Instagram, I do a lot of horror makeup looks, I do a lot of spooky makeup looks, Halloween looks, and then I also do just like a lot of glam looks. I am a makeup artist, so yeah. I know it's a little controversial because we are, what month is it? I'm losing my mind. We are only in June, but yeah, if you know me and you follow me, you know that it is spooky time all year round. So yeah, I hope that you guys learn something from this video or do this makeup look, and if you do recreate this makeup look, please tag me, DM me, show me it. I'd love to see it. Let me pull it up real quick. So the look I'm going to be recreating is from, gosh, what's her name? Courtney Francis. I'm so sorry if I did not pronounce that correctly. I'm going to link her Instagram at the bottom as well, and then I'm going to pop up a little picture over here so you guys can see. And then I can just honestly show you. It's this really pretty candy corn type of glam, and I've had this photo saved for a while, wanted to recreate it. And I figure it's not going to take me too much time, so I don't get distracted and this video isn't forever and ever long. So yeah, before we jump into the video, please please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys want to see more content like this, and follow me on Instagram. I will leave the link for my Instagram down below. But yeah, if you like content like this and want to see more, please be sure to just keep watching and obviously subscribe. I am planning on doing a full what I bought during quarantine video, and I got a lot of stuff, and so it's gonna be like a try on haul slash haul in general, so I'm planning on doing that. So we're just gonna crack open our sugar-free Red Bulls, if you guys have one, and we're gonna just, you know, jump into this video. Alright, so I screenshotted the questions that I got on my Instagram, and I like briefly skimmed them, but I definitely didn't like read them ahead and like prepare my answers. So yeah, so my first question that I got asked is, what is your favorite horror movie? Also, brief side note, I'm not going to zoom in and I'm not going to go into too much detail of what I'm doing. I'm mostly going to just be answering questions and kind of doing it. So yeah, sorry if you guys want more in-depth like tutorial, I can do that. But yeah, that's why I'm not like super zoomed in. Let's see here. But yeah, what is my favorite horror movie? I truly hate this question, and I love the girl that asked it. Like, she's amazing, she's incredible. I just hate this dang question because for me, cinema, mostly horror related cinema, is like my passion. I love movies and film so much. And there's so many great movies and so many movies that I love for so many like different reasons, so I honestly can't just pick one. I will run through like my top like 5 horror films, and I'm probably gonna forget something, rewatch this, and then regret not saying a certain one. But if you guys are interested, I do have a Letterboxd account, which I can also link down below for you guys. I have a list of like some of my favorite genres, subgenres in the horror stuff, like some of my favorite movies, if you guys are interested in a more in-depth look of some of the movies that I watch and review and all that good stuff. But my favorite horror movie, I would probably have to say, just briefly off the top of my head, some of my favorite horror movies are the first Scream, honestly the whole Scream franchise, but the first Scream for sure, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, House of a Thousand Corpses, and yeah, those are like my top 3. Like, I don't know, I can't pick, it's so hard, but yeah, those are like some of my favorite movies, horror movies. Also, I recently dyed my hair black, guys, so I'm still trying to figure out how I like my brows and like all that stuff. I live for a fluffy brow. So kind of what I'm doing right now, or at least attempting to do, is I like run a tiny bit of pomade through my brows upward, because I already have relatively like fluffy brows on their own, and then I'm gonna just go in with some gel just to kind of make sure that they stick up. But that's kind of what I've been liking to do lately, just a more like natural, like a natural brow, but like not super natural. I don't know, does that make any sense to you guys? Do you guys get it? Do you guys get what I'm saying? This quarantine almost had me shave off my eyebrows again. If you guys aren't familiar, I did do that. Like mid last year, I shaved the tail off of my brows, and yeah, I don't know, I've just worked really hard to like grow them and like do that like fluffy brow look, so I'm kind of happy that I didn't end up shaving them personally, because I like having just bushy, big, fluffy eyebrows. But yeah, they are going through like a trial and error process, so like I am just trying new things out. So, sorry if they look a little messy. Sorry if they look a little weird. On to question 2. If you could be in any horror movie, which one would it be and why? It's like so hard, because it's like, I don't know. Obviously nothing crazy, like nothing like Saw. I wouldn't want to be in that, like that sounds terrifying. I mean, they all kind of sound terrifying when you think about it. You're like, I don't know. Like, do I get to be the final girl? Do I get to be the slasher? Do I get to kind of pick my role? Because if so, maybe I would choose the Saw franchise, if I could be Jigsaw. That way I can like torture people that deserve to be tortured. That sounds so bad. I don't know. So if I could be like the actual like killer, I think I would choose that movie. If not, I'd probably choose a horror comedy, which I know is a bit of a cop-out. I might choose Jennifer's Body, and I would probably want to be Jennifer Check, because she's a hot demon girl who kills men, and yeah, that's my answer. That is my final answer. Oh my god. I don't know if my acne-prone skinned girls out there have this issue, but like sometimes I get breakouts through my brows, and then it makes it like impossible to fill them in. So, yeah. I almost like want to go get my eyebrows tinted so that they are a little darker to match my black hair, and then I can just like run some brow gel through it and like be good. I feel like I really enjoy doing my brows, but also at the same time I don't. I don't know, they look really messy. I'll probably come back to them. But I am gonna go in with my P. Louise base. I use Rumor 1, which I'm pretty sure is like one of the lightest shades. but it's like my ride or die foundation base, eyeshadow base. So we're gonna go in with P. Louise base and carve out my brows, and then we'll probably come back on after that because it kind of takes me a quick minute. Basically what I do is I just coat my entire lid, make sure there's no creases, and then run it under my brows. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that real quick and then come back. Alright, I'm back. P. Louise base is on, my brows are fluffed. I'm having a hard time deciding if I want to go in with the James Charles palette or the Morphe Volume 2 palette. So I think I'm going to just kind of play with both. I think I'm leaning more James Charles palette. So yes. And if you see me looking down, I'm either looking at the questions or I am looking at the picture of Courtney so I can, you know, replicate it. And I did take the P. Louise pretty far out. I like doing that just so because I like to get it like super smoky. I think we're gonna start with the orange first and then build off of that. So I'm trying to decide what brush. We'll go in with this guy. Okay, next question is favorite go-to makeup product. I guess as of like right now, recently, what I have been noticing that I grab, I have been doing so much makeup on during this quarantine, but it's been a lot of like cosplay makeup or like horror makeup or like a more like theatrical makeup, if you will, not like a like going to work or like going out somewhere type of look. So I find that if I am running out the door, especially now that I have black hair, I need to run something through my brows because naturally I am a dirty blonde. So my brows just look so light. So I find that I need like either a quick brow pencil, but I also need a brow gel to just like make the hairs stick up. I do want to try that soap brow trend, but we don't keep a bar soaked here. We always bar soaked. We don't use bar soap. We use like liquid soap. So I might buy some bar soap and kind of try it out and kind of see where we're at. I am gonna layer the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 orange shade, the My Man shade, because I find that the orange in the James Charles palette, it's like super pretty, but it's like one of the harder shades to work with, and I think it's a pigment, and I think that that's why. But yeah, it's just like it doesn't really stick for me, at least personally. So yeah, I'm just messily like slopping this orange on the middle. Let me look at the picture again. She kind of just has it like faded out and then smoked out. But it's like mostly just like right in the center here. This looks crazy, but like, you know how it is. You gotta trust the process. I love that it's June and I'm over here doing candy corn eyeshadow look. I just love it. And if you know, love Halloween as much as I do, I'm sure it brings you some kind of joy. I mean, we're like relatively close. We're getting there. Close to the Halloween season. Alright, we're going to go in with the yellow so I can start buffing it out and then blending the orange where it needs to go. But I kind of just wanted to, you know, I don't know, lay it down as a base. I am going to use the yellow from the James Charles palette. I like this yellow a lot, and I also love the hot pink in this palette and like the bright green. Okay, your favorite Pop Funko and one that you wish you owned. I love this question so much because I truly enjoy collecting Pop Funko figures. I think it's so much fun. I collect mostly just the Tim Burton ones and then the like horror movie ones. Ooh. I don't know, this James Charles palette yellow is also just not working for me. I do have this individual, what is this, NYX eyeshadow in STFU. So I think I'm gonna use that. I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of the James Charles palette. I love it in theory. I love, you know, all the colors. Obviously it's why I'm on it, but I don't know, I feel like I have other eyeshadow palettes that just work way better for me personally. So I guess I'm probably gonna dip back into James Charles just to use the really white shade, because it is a really good matte white, actually, hopefully. And I might regret saying that. And I know it looks like super weird and super messy right now, but it's all about blending with this eyeshadow look in particular. Also, if you watched on my older makeup videos, you'll know that my skin is looking so much better. I do have a couple of more like hormonal breakouts right now, so I'm so sorry. Well, I'm not, like, this is my skin, this is the reality. Like, she, you know, has some sensitive acne prone skin, like, whatever. But yeah, I am gonna blend the orange more. You guys get it though. You guys get where I'm going with this. This single yellow eyeshadow too is so good. You guys, I realized just now that I didn't answer that Pop Funko question. I'm so sorry. My favorite Pop Funko that I own, there's two. It's really hard to decide, but there's two. I own the Pumpkin King Jack Skellington Funko, which I love. I think it's so cute. And I also own Ash Williams from Army of Darkness, which I honestly like never really see. I think it's more in the rarer end of the Funkos, and so I cherish it. It's my fave. One that I wish I owned, there's actually two in particular that I'm like really need, and that is the Rob Zombie and the Marilyn Manson Pop Funko. They're not together, but like separately. I need them both, please, and thank you. I am going to add a little bit of P. Louise back on these inner corners, so when I lay the white down, it kind of gives it like a nice clean slate to put white down on. And the next question is favorite eyeshadow palette and makeup product that I can't live without. So my favorite eyeshadow palette at the moment is the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. I'm a big fan of the first Jaclyn Hill palette, and I especially love all of the colors in the second one. It's literally perfect. I think the formula is great. The black eyeshadow Temptress in there is like my favorite black eyeshadow to work with. It's kind of my go-to palette even for like freelance makeup, because I just feel like they're, I don't know, you honestly can't go wrong with it. It's my favorite. And I think like a go-to makeup look, God, makeup product, like so hard because I'm not like a one and done. Like I can't walk out of the house with like, I mean I can, but like I feel like I always do like full face or nothing for the most part, except for, you know, right now we have to wear masks, and so if I don't have to put something on my skin, I'm not gonna put something on my skin. So I guess my go-to product at the moment is a good brow pencil, brow gel, and then some gel to make them look fluffy. I think is like the biggest thing. And yeah, I think that that's like my go-to product. I feel like if all else fails, at least my brows, you know, look kind of nice. But you know, I feel like I'm all or nothing for the most part when it comes to my makeup. Next question is favorite underrated horror movie and go-to comfort one you can watch over and over again. So my favorite go-to horror movie that I could watch over and over again is definitely anything in the Scream franchise, like 100%. Those are my like comfort horror films. However, I would also like to say What We Do in the Shadows, because that movie and show, which it is a show, but it's based on, like, you know, there was a movie first, if you didn't know, or whatever, is one of my favorites. It's probably like my favorite horror comedy for sure. But yeah, like, you can just throw that on, have a good laugh. Like, life's good, man. The show and the movie are on Hulu. I definitely recommend watching the show. It is hilarious. It is so good. Alright, you guys, I am back. I just ran off camera to put on some eyeliner and some lashes. If you do see a little bit of glue still, they're drying, and then I'm gonna go over it with liner again, so sorry if that bothers you. I popped on these eyelashes from Glam Goth Beauty. They are the Temptress style. They are so crazy and big and loud, and that's personally how I like my lashes. So yeah, I'm gonna do skin while I answer the last couple, well, the questions until I'm done answering them. But what got you into horror? Was it a person, a film, or an experience? Ooh, I like the way that she worded that. It wasn't a person. It definitely was a film, actually, and this is a really interesting story. It's super weird, and I don't know, I kind of like that. It's like super unique to me. So basically, my dad would, you know, watch horror movies kind of every once in a while, and I would always be afraid to go and watch them. You know, I was, you know, a lot younger, and but yeah, so as I started getting older, you know, it's just like the thing to do. You want to see horror movies like with your friends and stuff. I feel like that's a really big thing. And so I started to go see horror movies with my friends, and I started to get more and more into it. But the movie that actually, like, one, made me want to start collecting horror movies, like DVDs, but also that got me, like, super invested, is the 2013 remake of Evil Dead. Which I know is so weird, because usually it's like a classic or like whatever, and like I love the classics. So many of my favorite horror films are from the 80s. The Shining, Child's Play, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, stuff like that. I think the 80s is a phenomenal era for horror. Also like the 70s and 90s for sure. But yeah, it's super weird. It's like the 2013 remake of Evil Dead. Girl, what? Like, okay. But that movie like truly changed my life. Like truly. I thought a lot of horror movies that like, and I mean oftentimes it's true, like there's so many like cheesy movies, like horror movies out there. So I don't know, I never really saw one that like truly caught my attention before I saw that in theaters, and I wanted to watch it over and over again. It was the first DVD I bought, and I was like, alright, I'm gonna get more into horror movies, and slowly but surely, you know, that started happening. And my boyfriend and me now, we collect horror movies. We're obsessed, and something we like share together, and I think it's so cool and so fun. But I actually just did a Mia recreation from the Evil Dead 2013 remake, and that's up on my Instagram right now, and I'm so proud of it. But yeah, like I know it's like the most random horror movie to like choose, but yeah, I absolutely love that movie. It changed my life. But yeah, I'd say that movie. There was a couple other like monumental horror movies, I feel like, but nothing like that one. Do you ever just like have a sip of Red Bull and you're like you're like lifted, like it just like transports you? Because every time I have a sip of my Red Bull, I'm like, yes. I'm gonna do a little bit of concealer next, and then powder like the huge. What has been your favorite makeup look you've done so far? That is so hard to say. I'm gonna just pat myself on the back here for a second, but I am so proud of like my growth and like what I've been able to accomplish during my time here in quarantine. And I know that it's such a devastating time, it's such a crazy time, it's such a monumental time. So much is happening, so much is going on, so many, you know, positive changes and so many, you know, things negatively, you know, with the coronavirus going on. But I've really been able to hone in my skill and my craft for, you know, makeup, but like even like cosplay makeup. And I think, gosh, it's so hard. I think my favorite looks that I've done as of recently are my Marilyn Manson one and my Jigsaw one, which if you guys want to see those, go over to my Instagram, spooky_bae with 2 Y's, and you can check them out. Those are like my bread and my butter. I have a huge list of different looks and things that I want to do still, so you know, keep an eye out. But yeah, I think those are my favorite that I've done recently. I also really liked the Captain Spaulding look I did. I thought that was super cool. What are your favorite makeup brands? This is so hard for me to say. I am so biased when it comes to makeup brands because if you don't know, I work for MAC, and so most of the product that I get or buy is MAC product, which I mean, obviously we all know is great. So I would say I'm a huge MAC stan. However, I'm being so mindful and so thoughtful into the brands and corporations that I am giving my money to from here on out, because I feel like there's a lot of like small owned businesses, you know, that like are bomb that like we just don't give enough attention to. I definitely say I like Morphe a lot, simply because I have a lot of Morphe products. Just because I feel like they're good and they are affordable. But yeah, I think MAC and Morphe, but like that's so hard to say. If we're talking drugstore brands, I really like Physicians Formula bronzer, and I do like Makeup Revolution. Obviously I said I use their powder, but they also have a really good concealer. So yeah, I'm sorry, who is your biggest inspiration? That is such a hard question. I feel like with social media being so prevalent in today's society, I'm inspired by so much. So many girls, so many guys, so many non-binary friends. I don't know, like I feel like so many people, almost every single person I follow inspires me in like one way or another. Whether that's like, you know, trying out new makeup or makeup ideas, or like horror movie directors for that fact, or like business owners, or you know, whatever, on a day-to-day basis, like in my real life off of social media. I feel like the person that inspires me the most, and this is gonna sound so cheesy, but it's so true, is actually my boyfriend. He's just such a kind and smart, like super intelligent individual, and he is just super inspiring to be around. And yeah, I don't know, sounds so cheesy and basic, but it's like so. There's the rad looks you do. Thank you. A lot of things, mostly horror and music, or musicians in general. I do a lot of looks, you know, based off of that, like movie characters, horror movie elements, a lot of just like people in general. Like today I'm doing that look inspired by Courtney, and yeah, just like there's so much. The beauty / makeup market is just so saturated, and you can just like pull inspo from anywhere. And I think that's like one of the funnest things about like doing makeup and stuff, is that, I mean, you have so much to pull from, and like there's so many different things that inspire me, but mostly horror and music elements. Yep. So I hope you guys enjoyed you know, getting to know me a little bit more. I love doing like Q&As or like tag style videos where it's just like answering a bunch of fun questions. So if you guys like that, let me know if you liked it. Ooh, got something in my eye. And I would love to, you know, real quick, you guys, is I'm going to pop on some bottom mascara, and then I'm going in with, excuse me, the Glam Goth liquid lipstick in the shade Nightmare. It's just her black lipstick. I'm gonna do this off camera because I mess up super easy on my lips, and I am also like, I take forever. So I'm just gonna pop off camera real quick and then I'll come back and then I will show you guys the finished look. Oh, and fix my brows because like something needs to happen. Alright, she is finished. Don't mind my lips, and I'm so sorry if they looked any sort of crusty during this video. I forgot to moisturize and I've been drinking Red Bull, so I'm sure that didn't help. But yeah, this is the finished look. I could have gone in and cleaned up the black a little more, but it was like really frustrating me. So now this is what it is. Yes, thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. Like I said, I know it's been such a long time. I can't promise that I'm going to be consistent with videos because I honestly just like don't know yet. But if you guys really like them and really want to see them, I will try my hardest to be more consistent and do them. Like I said, I am gonna leave Courtney's Instagram down below so you guys can go check her out. She's incredible. My Instagram down below. And so yeah, thank you guys again for watching. If you guys want to, please subscribe if you know, care to see more of my face. And until next time, you guys, stay groovy.